The sun of chivalry has receded behind the clouds of ignominy, and the depths of dignity have turned into a mirage that the thirsty mistake for water, only to find a distorted reality devoid of life or hope. In a wretched age where men of resolve have recoiled from the heights of glory, and shadows of men have ascended the ladders of effeminacy and profligacy, they have taken to pouring their ink into describing statures and the charm of eyes. Their obsession has become the flattery of courtesans and the squandering of energies on the trivialities of passion and obscenity, while the global cauldron seethes with existential conflicts and nations toss the destinies of peoples into a mill that shows no mercy to the delusional, nor grants weight to those who have squandered the sword and replaced it with tambourines and poems of surrender misnamed as love. This is nothing but a frailty that has seized souls until it corroded their very bones. Nothing remains in the arena but the sovereigns of authority who have proven that the noble metal does not rust, and that leadership is not the monopoly of a mustache or a beard. Rather, it is a fortitude in the heart and a piercing clarity in vision. Thus, the free woman has risen to redraw the map of power with the ink of pride and gunpowder, whose flame never dies. She has become the astute analyst in the corridors of politics and the fierce combatant in the fields of thought and strife, plunging into the depths of death with a heart that has never known weakness. Since the dawn of history, she has been the peer of epics and the architect of grand schemes that topple thrones, build civilizations, and rule kingdoms and sultanates with an iron hand and a mind that weighs mountains in its sobriety. Woman was never a margin in the book of life. She was the text, the subject, and the predicate. Today she stands at the forefront of the scene to fill the void left by males who have indulged in lethargy and slumber, sufficing themselves with drowning in the mire of false infatuation, leaving the reins of affairs to a hand created only to grasp the mantle of glory and tame the vicissitudes of time. The truth that everyone fears to utter is that the flaw lies not in the involvement of the free woman in the fires of battle, but in the dereliction of those whose duty was to defend the sanctuary, becoming a burden on time and a subject of mockery in the councils of nations. History will record in ink of fire that in this bygone age the civilizational instinct was inverted. The man began to sing of wastes, while women fortified the frontiers and led nations with a strategic mindset, standing on resolve, decisiveness, and absolute sovereignty over the earth and beneath the canopy of heaven.